few years, several years ago, I used to work at a place, 98.7 KISS. I used to fill in for Cool DJ Red Alert, and that's before, that's before I came to Hot 97. So I filled in for Red for a couple of years, and I was very grateful, still am. It relaunched my career. I got fired from BLS. Notice I used the word fired. I got fired from BLS, and where I used to be with Chuck Chill Out on the weekend, and I used to play the rap records. And Red Alert brings me to Kiss FM. I'm opening for him. We're in the clubs. He takes a liking to me, and I need to explain something to you that's very important that you may not understand is, you know, like me and Enuff, Red and Chuck were competitive. Good friends. And the fact that Red Alert took me in his camp knowing I belonged to someone else's camp was a big deal for me. That was a very big sign of trust. And New York, Red Alert, he put on Clark Kent. He was very instrumental in Kid Capri's career. Very instrumental in Sammy B's DJ career from the Jungle Brothers. He broke countless artists, Tribe Called Quest, Queen Latifah, Taylor, all those things, man. And I got a call from Hot 97. And when I took that job, DJ Enuff replaced me with, Red Alert replaced me with DJ Enuff. And I remember Red saying, it was, Ace, DJ Ace, you may not know this from Brooklyn, but it was between DJ Ace and DJ Enuff. That's who Red liked. And if you know Red Alert, you know me and Enuff are similar personalities. Like, we're similar, like, in terms of, like, how we rock and we move. And at the time, Clark Kent, Kid Capri, they're owning it. The king was always Red Alert. We were all fighting for second and third. Okay, I want to make sure I do the landscape right. Clark Kent was extremely powerful. Kid Capri, extremely powerful, extremely great DJs. I studied them and to their technique. Then we fast forward, so I come to Hot 97, and Red Alert gives Enuff a try, but we're all friends, but we're a little unit. Red Alert, DJ Enuff, Funk Flex, we're a unit, and we're rocking together. Even though separate stations, I think me and Enuff used to be on against each other. He was at KISS, I was at HOT. We had a good time. And Red Alert comes to Hot 97. He's doing the 5 o'clock mix. And Enuff comes a little bit after because they buy KISS FM. So at some point, Red Alert, Funk Master Flex, and Enuff are in the same building. Now it's a tricky story. What's the best way to put it, man? We always had a good time, and Red was our leader. And I have to tell this story, and I hope I don't hurt anybody's feelings, but I'm gonna keep it a buck. So Enuff's having a good time, we having a good time, and Wendy Williams and Angie have a situation where they're not in a good space. And when Angie takes over afternoons, Cool DJ Red Alert is the DJ. But with the Wendy thing getting a little bit hairy, and Angie and Wendy not having good vibes, Red Alert was kind of no longer wanted. I'm keeping it a buck of the history because it's my last 7 o'clock show, and I'm just gonna keep it a buck. She wasn't really open arms to Red. Angie, don't get mad at me. She wasn't open arms to Red anymore, and I understand why, because if her and Wendy are having friction and it's Red, I get it. And I don't remember the year. He's doing 5 o'clock. Enuff being the good guy that he is, and good energy. I think he was doing the midnight run. I don't remember. He was doing like 12 midnight on Saturday.
The morning show.
Oh, he was on the morning show.
Yeah.
And some way, somehow, and Emmis, don't get mad at me. Emmis Broadcasting at the time was trying to fire Red Alert. I think the week his mother died. And I went in the back and I spoke to Judy Ellis. I said, Red go, I'll go. And me and Enuff and Angie, we never talked about what was going on, but I knew what was happening. And I love Enuff. And you know, he was hanging out with Angie in the studio. And nothing wrong with that while Red's DJing. And it was on your hours. I get it. It's moving, whatever. I do a ski trip. I left my bag up here. I come see Red Alert. They fired me today. Angie and Enuff went on vacation that day. So they couldn't even face him face to face. I disagree with that, but I understand what was going on. Me and Enuff ain't talked for 5 years. I understand his point, though. And I understand Angie. And I ate it. I didn't 100% agree with it because I feel like if we come from a camp, you know, so when we use the word brotherhood, when we use that word brotherhood, I want to make sure we're using it right. Red Alert gets let go. It was an issue to me, but I forgave because I love him and I love Enuff. And it took me a little while to forgive. And Angie pulled us in the room several years later and said, you know, y'all just need to talk about it. I was honest with him. He was honest with me. Great energy. Still is, New York. Just that you know, I still love him like a brother. Because I'm going to tell you something. I watched him on TMZ, and I saw them bait him. No, TMZ or people in the street can't make me hate my brother. Because when you lead somebody with the questions, plus I know exactly who sent the camera down, and I know exactly the publicist that handled all of that, and the person that arranged that used to work here. So I understand the movement. I understand. Nothing, because what the headline says is not what he said. So, but I want to make sure we talk, because we use the word brotherhood. Now, we're rocking and rolling. We move on. We're at this 5 o'clock thing. Red Alert is no longer here. My guy Enuff, he's doing, I get it. We piece up. You know, that's what he always says. Sometimes we get along, we don't. But, you know, me and him is always back to back. And I'm never going to let my brother fall. So, I'm going to go part 2 to another story. My brother calls me. Flex, I need to talk to you. Papa, you know how you talk. That's my guy. He says, I need to talk. He says, Enuff. Mm-hmm. I'm always, you know, we always going to move together.
Talking to town 411.com.
This guy wants to take my 5 o'clock spot. He says, hey, man. The guy tells me, he asks him, where would you like to be in the next couple years? I want to do 5 o'clock. So the guy that wants to, let me refer to him as snake number 1. Because there's 2. I'm going to get to snake 1 and snake 2, but let me stay at snake 1. A guy he put on. Mm-hmm. I call him. Why would you say that to Enuff? What possessed you? He asked me what time slot, what I wanted. I'm not saying that ever happened, New York. I'm just telling you in this particular situation. And you know who I'm talking to. You, sir, know that conversation. Not only did I say to him, don't you ever in your life say say that to Enuff again. On the phone, I said it to you. Never say that. And you know, me and your relationship changed after that day. Because I saw you were a snake. He put you on, and that's what you felt you needed to do. I talked to my guy. We moved past it. I get it. Maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't. But when your number two guy is already plotting on you from years early on what he wants to do with your slot, that's not a trustworthy person. Because New York, Jersey, Connecticut, and I'll say it with my team in the room, if they ever, anyone on my team, ever stepped on Enuff, we would have fist fought in the room. It wouldn't have happened. Would not have happened.
Talk of the town 411.com.